Money can't buy love, but it could put an end to it. Nothing spoils the mood more than a lover's tiff over joint budgets, spending limits, merging accounts, and long-term financial goals.
What are you doing?
Going through our finances. I'm not sure, but it seems that we may be in a little bit of a pickle, Dick.
In the UK, money is the leading cause of stress in a live-together relationship. For Americans, it's the number 3 cause for divorce. And 1 in 5 New Zealanders say they've argued over the counting of coins.
We know that research tells us that if you've got financial concerns, it relates to relationship stress. I imagine most probably those stats have moved, and we're knowing families are in greater distress now than they were financially. And if you've got financial concerns or financial distress, that does put pressure on your relationship.
Unsurprisingly, money squabbles happen more when we're younger and most likely broker. By the time we reach our mid-60s, we've mellowed out a bit.
It makes you think that as you get older, you get wiser with your financial management, but it's still there for many people who are older.
And having more of it doesn't make a partnership immune.
What would you like me to say? That a pretty girl with an outrageous manner means more to an old pro like me than $250,000?
I don't suppose so.
All relationships are different. Everybody has a different system that works for them, but it's important that couples sit down and have this conversation.
So what's the best way to bring up the bank without it costing your relationship?
Ka kōrero mātou kia Hannah Corral. She's the neuropsychologist we turn to when we need advice. So Hannah, why is money such a source of conflict in our relationships?
Thanks, Kanoa. Because it sucks. No. In honesty, I think that it's a common reason for marital breakups and divorce. And I think it's probably because of 3 things: power imbalances and struggles for power, feelings of insecurity and inferiority. Number 2, survival. When it's scarce, it means we're going to be really anxious and stressed. And 3, probably upbringing and differences in expectations around money. So how we spend the money and how we agree to spend the money. And I think that ultimately boils down to expectations and communication. Can you say what your expectations are of one another? And can you communicate when things are going to plan, but more importantly, when they're not going to plan?
I'm going to be honest with you, I'm hating this conversation. It's making me stressed out, giving me low-level anxiety. Why is it so emotional to bring up money in relationships?
Oh, because it's icky. It's got the ick factor. And I think that comes down to what we call confrontation tactics, which means how you argue when things go wrong, and marital satisfaction or relationship satisfaction, which is how happy you are in the relationship.
Yeah, some of those things you mentioned, you can't do much about. I can't change my upbringing. So how can we ease the tension in our relationships?
Good question, Jesse. That's the million-dollar question. So, I'll keep it super simple. Set expectations, communicate the expectations. Okay, before you encounter the issues, set those expectations and talk about it, and talk about what you might do when something unexpected occurs. But also tell your partner when something goes wrong or is unexpected. And when we start hiding things from our partner because we weren't expecting them or because we're worried they're going to get angry at us, that's when we start to get that little snowball that goes down the mountain and becomes a really big issue later, if and when they find out that we've kept something from them.
Speaking of hiding things, that is me. I definitely hide online purchases because I'm a bit of a reckless spender and my husband is a saver. So how do we reconcile that in our relationship?
That's a really good question. I think that it's about being honest about what you're willing to agree to at the start. So when I say set expectations, I really do mean talk about what you're comfortable with doing and not doing with money. And that might be having a shared account. It might be having a budget. It might be having a limitation on how much you spend, or you just have a pool of money that you put into an account, and the money you earn yourself is your money, free from judgment about what you spend it on.
Be honest, is Kara's marriage over? Can a spender and a saver ever make it work?
Yeah. No, definitely not. There's always room for help, and there's always options to get assistance from someone like a financial manager if you need assistance with that.
Well, Hannah Corral, it's been great to chat. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Hey everyone, welcome along to the project on Tuesday night. Look, Kara Rickard's here. Nice to see you. I can't believe that you are the spender in your relationship. The spender causes all the problems.
I know, I am told that quite frequently by Justin. But I like what she said there, that as long as you're contributing to your mortgage or your bills or feeding your children, anything extra that you earn on the side of that, you should just be able to freely spend on whatever you like without any judgment.
A strong tautoko on that one. I will co-sign that because that's what we do. We have like a pool that all of our household finances come out of, and the rest, mind your business.
No, but imagine how much faster you could pay your mortgage off if you weren't putting that extra money into clothes and shoes.
Yeah, but imagine how sad your life would be if you were just sitting in a house that you owned, but you had really ugly shoes.